Did you say you have one lens only? You're in the right place. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, and today we're gonna discuss together if this Leica Q2 is still the best EDC you can get in 2022. I'm very happy about this camera, so if you missed the full review, just have a look over there. I've been using it for more than 2 years now, every single day, for street photography, for portraits, for landscapes. It's always with me. But as you know, there are plenty of alternatives available for even smaller budgets. So let's see together point by point why this is still a good EDC choice you might have if you want to get it in 2022. There are very valid alternatives over there, even from other brands, such as Fuji, which is not full frame, so that's why I'm not using it, but otherwise lenses are very good. Sony built its strength with the autofocusing systems that now are a point of reference in the market. Face tracking, eye tracking, people, animal, cars, whatever tracking you might need, just go with Sony. But, and here please let me know if you agree with me, the colors that you get out of a picture coming from a Leica are a different thing. So this is why I like it the most. There are also rumors about a possible Q3 coming out soon in the market. Now, let's have a small digression about this Q3. Leica Q was released in 2015 and it was a very good camera. It was the Leica interpretation of a point and shoot. It had its market, it was very successful, so successful that they developed and marketed 4 years later the Q2. This was a very good improvement compared to its predecessor because it has a weather sealing, which I adore, because of the new battery, which is now lasting, because of the sensor. It's a 47 megapixel. It allows you to crop from 28mm, which is the original prime lens that you have in this camera, to eventually shoot with a 35mm, which is a crop within the sensor, and at 35mm you will still have 30 megapixels of resolution, which is still very good. And then eventually you can also crop to 50mm or 75mm if you need to. With the very latest software release, also the video capabilities of this camera improved. So please, if you missed that too, please find the full review of the new software update up here. Now you can shoot videos in 4K, C4K, compressed, uncompressed, 10-bit, 4:2, so there's plenty to cover your main needs. And I also had a review of the video capabilities of this camera, which I shot, and you can find the link always here above for your reference. What about the Q3? Q3 is in the rumors. We don't have any anticipation about the lens it will be, whether it will have or not a flip screen, and whether it will still have a contrast autofocusing system, or if it will follow the competitors and have a proper mechanism to track the face and the eyes of the subjects. That is yet to be seen, but the launch is gonna happen probably next year. Why is that? Leica is not a big company. It's not like Sony that can put out on the market dozens of cameras with slightly variations of features here and there. Leica develops very good built cameras, and they just launched the M11, and the Q2 is still selling very well. So if you're thinking about launching a Q3 when you have available on the market and are still selling very well the Q2, the Q2 monochrome and the reporter version, well, you need to think about a real game changer. What is that? We don't know anything about the features. We only had slightly anticipations of the look and feel of the camera. In the rear they're changing the disposition of the buttons, but we don't know anything about the sensor. The digressions are that it might use the same sensor the M11 is using. That would be a wise choice, but I don't have more info than you at the moment. So I will keep using my Q2 to satisfaction. If you enter a camera shop nowadays with the same money, you can purchase this camera or plenty of alternatives. Let's go back 1 minute to the original topic of this video, which is the EDC. EDC means that your camera needs to be compact so you can always have it with you. It also means that you need a good battery, a long-lasting battery, because it needs to cover the whole day. Maybe if you have aggressive shootings of portraits or long exposures, it will not last, but otherwise for everyday use for street photography, it is more than enough to cover your needs. I also have a spare battery, of course, because I don't want to remain without juice, but that's a different story. What are the main aspects that lead you to your choice for an everyday carry? For me, it was the size, the quality of the lens. The glass is very important. The quality of the camera itself, and this camera is very minimalistic. You have the main commands, which are physical on top or on the lens itself. Whether you want to change the f aperture, whether you want to change the shutter speed or the ISO, you have everything you might need in here. Another thing to be said is that if you come like me after years using Nikon, this menu is very intuitive, so you will find immediately what you are looking for, especially if you're using the quick menu. With the quick menu, you will be able to change the most important settings. So apart from the ISO, the f aperture and the shutter speed, you might be willing to change the tracking, the autofocusing, the metering mode, so on and so forth. So you have everything really ready and quick and very accessible, so you won't miss your shot. Can the autofocusing system be better? Yes, of course, but then this is a Leica, so many of us are using it with manual focusing. You can eventually using it with zone focusing, and if you miss that, please find the link here above. Or you can use the autofocusing the camera has, which is based on contrast. And it's such a good point and shoot that will allow you eventually to change the focusing point and release when you touch the rear screen. So this said, I hope the main aspects were covered. If you still have questions, please let me know here in the comments. If you enjoyed and got any value out of this video, remember to like it, share it on your social. Please subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.